We ready for the next one?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Am I the asshole for letting my 9-year-old sit in the passenger seat? I was getting ready to head out with my daughter when she asked if she could ride up front with me. She is 9, almost 10, and we were only driving 5 minutes up the road. I drive a GMC Sierra, so I figured it was safe enough for her to sit up front, since we would only be going a maximum of 50 miles per hour while city driving. Now the other parent found out and disagrees with me. She thinks I put our daughter at risk. I agreed with her that it is illegal, but it was only a 5-minute drive, and I drive a large truck. My daughter told me she had been allowed to sit in the passenger seat before, so I figured it was okay. I found out afterward that it had only happened on a long driveway. I don't agree that it was such a big deal. I told the other parent it would not happen again, and I told my daughter she won't be allowed to ride up front again, so I feel like that should be the end of it. Am I the asshole, or is the other parent overreacting?
Uh, Pretty sure it's your kid too.
Right. But it sounds like this is a situation of divorce or split up to where there's two parents in two separate areas and there's trying to find the fucking issues with everything. One of those custody situations.
Yeah, I mean, I,
But
I, this one's stupid to me.
Well,
It's you're both grown ass fucking adults. I can understand. Yeah, you probably shouldn't. If you're going to decently far distance, don't have your kid up front.
well, that's
You
the
know,
thing though. I live in Tennessee, and Tennessee the age is 9. Like the kids can sit up front at 9 years old. This kid was almost 10 years old. I don't see what the issue is. How about Google the laws and find out? I mean, it could be different in different states, I'm sure. Um,
you got me wondering now. I don't know what the age is,
well,
and
I've had to look it up because
yeah,
I've had the argument with my ex and my kids' mom about this whole situation, um, and there's no like hard line, but it's heavily recommended that anybody under 9 be in the back seat. Um, so it was kind of baffling to see that 9 years old was getting the heat for being up in the front seat.
so in Indiana, uh, under 8 years old must ride in the back seat.
See, under
Uh,
8, so that means 8 or older can sit up front.
but CDC strongly recommends that they sit in the back until they're 13.
Okay, so the CDC is not the law. The law is the law. A recommendation is a recommendation, not a law.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
So,
So,
I mean, in Tennessee, I know it's under 9. So it all depends on the state or wherever you live who sets the rules on that. But I would make the argument look, here in other states, it's fine. It's absolutely fine to have a 9-year-old in the front seat. Also, you're in a GMC Sierra, a big truck that may or may not have a back seat. And I know for a fact the laws here in Tennessee are if there isn't reasonable accommodation to have them in the back seat, being a vehicle that doesn't have a back seat, they are allowed to sit up front.
right, because not all trucks are quad cabs.
Right.
Okay, I'm just double checking because I wanted to make sure I was thinking of the right truck, which I am. I was thinking maybe it's the little fucking wannabe like S10 style truck. It's
A little
not. It's a
Ford
full
Ranger.
body. Yeah,
No.
it's a full body.
Yeah, Sierra is effectively a Silverado.
Well, I thought there was some GMC Sierras that were smaller, like the S10, but you know,
I mean, maybe one of the
that's just what I was
1994
thinking.
models, you old fuck.
All right, bring in my high school days.
No.
I was in middle school then. Fuck off.
Is this person the asshole for having their kid right in the front seat?
No,
No, not the asshole.
no.
Would you be surprised to find out that 90% of the people that are on this post are saying that they are the asshole?
No. It's because usually whatever the internet says, I disagree with. So,
Yeah, I think
but
it's.
no, I can see where they're coming from as far as the safety thing. She's saying they're going. I don't even go above 50 miles an hour. That's fast enough to fucking kill someone.
Yeah, I mean, most of them are saying that it's not illegal for funsies. It's illegal because it poses a risk to the young children. Major air car accidents happen within 5 miles of a home. Blah, blah, blah,
That's
blah, blah.
true.
Either way, regardless, there's different laws in different states.
I'm about to say, we don't know what fucking state OP's in.
Right. Look up the laws first. Don't agree that something's illegal without knowing that it's illegal, especially if you're in some sort of custody battle.
Yeah.
Cover your butt and obviously
Make spreadsheets.
learn if your kid's going to run their freaking mouth or not. And if they're going to run and say, I got to ride in the front seat. Maybe don't let them ride in the front seat if it's going to be a fucking issue.
Quit narking me out, motherfucker. I'll never bury a body with you.
Right. I'll never ask you to be my alibi, damn it. Was your dad around this gun on the 13th? Oh, yeah, he was playing with it all day. I seen red spots all over it. He brought it inside and cleaned it with a sheet.
And then he showed me this really cool area that had fresh dirt. And
God damn it. Hit subscribe to Pet Donnie the Donkey.
You can pet my donkey.
All right, on to the next one, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Am I the asshole for encouraging alcoholism at my son's school? At the end of the school year, I like to give my son's teachers a bottle of wine as a thank you. I should note that I have always made arrangements beforehand with the teachers and the school about when and where to drop off the wine. For some context on why I do this, I, 36 female, live in the Midwest, but I have 6 cousins who live in a high tourist area. All but one of them are teachers. 2nd grade, 5th grade, middle school math, high school language arts, and a high school principal. When we visit them, one of the things we do is go out to this local bistro. It's kind of like a Panera. My cousin who teaches 2nd grade gets a lot of gift cards there from her students. She uses the gift cards on us and other people when we visit. Because despite her best efforts to ask her students not to gift food-related items, she still gets a ton of them. Due to health issues, there is very little on the menu that she can actually have. Later in the trip, we were at my 5th grade teacher cousin's house with her husband, who is the principal. The topic of end-of-the-year gifts came up again because she had displayed all of the plants she gets from her students. She loves them and displays them proudly in an area she shares with her husband. During the conversation, the principal made a joke about students gifting beer. This led to all my cousins having a sort of, being able to kick back with a beer at the end of the year would be kind of nice moment. Seeing that, ever since my son was in 1st grade, I started gifting my son's teacher wine at the end of the year. It has always been received well. I did this up until I had a pretty significant financial blow. Last year, I got married. My husband has children from a previous marriage. Now that I'm much more financially secure and my son is in high school with multiple teachers, I decided to get his whole high school staff a bottle of wine. When I offered to get bottles of wine for my husband's children's teachers as well, since all of them are still in elementary school, he told me absolutely not. He said I would be encouraging alcoholism, especially since I would need to drop off 36 bottles of wine to my son's high school. Because my cousins live in a touristy area, maybe the idea of gifting alcohol is not as bad there. So would I be encouraging alcoholism and therefore be the asshole?
Hell no. If I have to deal with those little shits, a drink sounds great.
Right. Yeah. I don't think she's the asshole at all. I mean, wine is a very common gift to give somebody for a housewarming, graduation, whatever it is. You know, that's just something that you give to people as a gift. There's nothing about, like, if you're that naive to think that teachers aren't drinking on the freaking weekends, you're crazy.
Right. And it's not like you bought them a 5th
Right.
or a fucking gallon of liquor. You're like, here's a bottle of wine.
Here.
Now, I will say, I was gifted, one of my customers gifted me a half gallon of Jim Beam Peach.
Nice.
They're like, you got to deal with our asshole boss. Here you go, buddy. Merry Christmas.
That's awesome. Yeah, like you said, she's not in there being like Oprah, keg for you, keg for you, keg for you. Like, no, I mean, that is a lot of alcohol to bring into a school. It is very generous, but if you go about it the right way, drop it off at the principal's office, have them send an email to the teachers, hey, a parent dropped these off for you guys. It's not that big of a deal. Keep it away from the kids so they're not seeing it, but ultimately, if they do see it, who gives a fuck?
Right, exactly. It's wine. And yeah, can you get drunk on wine? Yes, I get it. It is alcohol, but it's a good gesture.
Right.
Thank you for dealing with my asshole kids. Here you go. Have a drink on me.
Yeah. Happy summer. Like, it's summer.
Yeah.
You have no responsibilities as a teacher. Like, don't worry about it. Kick back, relax, go to the beach, have you a glass of red.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. I don't see it promoting alcoholism.
Yeah.
It's not like she's going there every day with a bottle of wine. Let's get drunk. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
It's literally the end of the school year. Thank you for what you do.
Right. I do remember, though, the first time I seen a teacher outside of school smoking, like, it blew my mind. Like, what? No, they're supposed to be perfect angels.
Shit, dude. My dad was a substitute teacher. They caught him smoking, too, but it wasn't cigarettes. And it was on school grounds.
Goodness gracious. I mean, nowadays, they're discouraging everything. So, it's...
Unless it's a litter box.
Yeah, for real. So...
Dude, I don't give a shit. It's a great gesture, Be happy that it sounds like it went over well for a lot of the teachers in the past.
Right.
So why is it such a big issue now?
Yeah, I mean, this is a hard one not to go against your husband for. You've done it in years past. You've never had any issues. I don't see an issue with it. I don't think she's an asshole for dropping off some wine at school. I'm going to say not the asshole.
Agreed.
Yeah. Kick back, relax. It's summertime. Enjoy it.
I mean, one of the craziest thing I've ever seen involving alcohol, though, was I knew this guy. His name was Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
He invited me to his wedding. He's Serbian.
Okay.
His wife is a white girl. Well, in the Serbian culture, they do a party before the wedding, the after party, and the after party to the party.
Nice.
So I get to the first party. You got to meet, the dad has to meet everyone. Well, he walks out. Mickey introduces us, and the first thing he does is puts a bottle of Serbian brandy in my chest.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I'll take a shot. Who cares? It's 8 a.m. So I take a shot. I handed it to my buddy that was with me. He took a shot. Handed it to Mickey. Mickey took a shot. He handed it to his dad. His dad took a shot. He puts it back in my chest and goes, finish. The fuck? I have no problem with one shot at 8 a.m., dude. I can't finish a whole bottle. And Mickey's like, dude, it's disrespectful. He must like you because he doesn't do that to anyone. It's like, oh, okay, he must like me? Are you sure he doesn't fucking hate me?
It's not a like situation. It's are you deserving of respect is what the situation is in that culture. Like if you can't keep up with them, it's problematic.
Well, so me and Jerry are drinking away. We get to the wedding, and we sat all the way in the back because we're fucking hammered. It's the wedding, and we're hammered. But we're walking into the church, and as we're walking in, I see Mickey's dad with another bottle of brandy. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Don't do this. He's literally handing it to the priest, and him and the priest are having a drink.
Wow.
It's like, oh, shit. Thank God. Hurry up. Sneak around. Don't let them see you. You know? I mean, we're so lit. They're sitting there they literally broke it down into parts. So they did it in Serbian, English, Serbian, English, back and forth. Like, and I'm so drunk, I'm standing all the way in the back. And he says something. I look over at my buddy Jerry, and I'm like, dude, I forget what was said, but I think he just said this. He goes, dude, I think they're talking English right now. I'm like, oh. But we get to the after party, and I'm still standing. Don't know how. We're partying our asses off, and it might have been a respect thing, because his dad came up to me towards the end of it and shook my hand and gave me a hug and stuff. But yeah, dude, they can fucking party.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my alcohol story, the only one I got that's even remotely good is at my bachelor party over at my apartment. I don't know if you remember this, but it was you, me, and a couple other of my guy friends just hanging out. We didn't do the whole strip club thing. Frankly, I was 20 years old for that, so we really couldn't do a whole lot. So we had some alcohol and pizza at the house and played some poker and listened to some music and shit. And it was a good time. And Nick introduced me to a version of a screwball, which is Southern Comfort and orange juice.
Southern screwdriver.
A Southern screwdriver. I didn't know what it was called. I just know it was kind of like a screwdriver. Anyway, I was drinking them back, and I didn't know how to drink yet to take it slow, so I was just pounding them back left and right. And about halfway through the night, I recall going out to the front porch, which was effectively in a driveway, and yakking into the driveway whilst simultaneously pissing my pants. And I came in.
Oh, man.
I came in and I waddled my ass to the bedroom and changed out of my pissy pants and put on some really thin, like, pajama pants because I was done for the night. And I just kneeled at the couch like I was fucking saying a prayer to the good Lord above. And Nick comes along and smacks my ass as hard as he fucking could. And I couldn't feel a damn thing.
Oh, man. I do remember that. The one I don't remember, but heard plenty of stories about, was we had a friend of ours named Merrick. And he's a gay guy. Slightly older than me. Never been to gay pride.
Okay.
You know? And it's like, me and Amanda were sitting there talking, and I was DJing nonstop at that point in time. I think I was DJing like 5 nights a week. And it's like, you know what? Let's do something nice for him. Let's take him to gay pride.
Okay.
You know? Well, we had the bright idea of, let's take a cooler. So we had one of the big coolers on wheels. We had that thing filled up with so many different liquors and beers and stuff like that. And what we were doing was kind of illegal. We were selling shots to fucking people on the street while partying. Well, it was super fucking hot. We're like, we need to stay hydrated. We got Gatorade.
Sounds reasonable.
Word of advice, do not mix alcohol and Gatorade. It goes straight to your bloodstream. Nick got so fucked up that Amanda had to drive home from Chicago.
Nice.
So, well, at first she's like, we'll let Merrick drive. Merrick's not very good at driving. You know, and it's funny because you say, go straight. And he's like, it's not straight, it's forward. You couldn't tell him straight anything. So he almost killed us, I guess, on the bypass or highway. So Amanda made him pull over and she drove home. I'm passed out drunk in the back seat of this van. And I have to DJ. I still have to DJ. So she gets me to the bar, and the bartender's feeding me coffee, trying to sober me up. I get the show done, and Amanda gets me home, and like I think Terry B. I don't know if you remember Terry. He had to help get me to the house, and this is when I was staying with Mom over on
Yep, that street that we're not going to mention. Yep, got it.
the brick house.
Yep, got it.
The brick house.
Let's not give away
So
our
he-
former addresses.
So Terry gets me upstairs, and Amanda's helping me, and she goes to sit me on the couch. I fall forward, face plant the coffee table, flip over the coffee table, and I'm just laid out on the floor. Amanda thought I broke my neck. That's how hard I hit. And she kicked my arm, and all she heard was, "Ow!"
Right.
She's, "Can you move your arms? Can you move your feet?" So I kicked my feet. "You're fine. Get up. Get on the couch." Yeah. I heard plenty about that. I still hear that story
Yeah.
a lot.
I've never been a huge drinker. Obviously, when I was a little bit younger, I played around with it a little bit. But, I mean, nowadays, man, maybe once a year I'll have a drink or something. But,
When you're with me,
I mean, we'll have a beer or whatever, but I'm never tying one on. If I am, like, once a year maybe. And
that's about how I am.
I'm not an angry drunk at all. I will sit there and vibe out to some good music and just fucking be in the moment. That's all I care about when I'm drunk is just fucking chilling.
I'm not an angry drunk either, but I got a short fuse as is.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I don't have a problem throwing down if I have to, especially when I'm drunk. You know, but at the same time, I prefer not to.
Right.
And it's very rare that I get drunk anymore. Now, if you ask my wife, she'll tell you I get whiskey dick, but it's good whiskey dick.
Yeah, it's from looking at you, you ugly bag.
No, the good was I last too long.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like, okay, I don't know that. So she's okay with it's here and there.
Right.
She takes advantage of it. So, keep smiling like a donut, and Donnie back there is going to shove something in your mouth.
Right. I keep yawning, man. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I don't even remember the story. The wine and not the asshole. Yeah, the teacher's not the wine. All right, ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right.
Am I the asshole for refusing to let my stepbrother open my presents? I, 16 female, have parents who got divorced pretty recently, and my dad already has a new girlfriend, Sophia. I'm pretty sure they were a thing before my parents divorced, so I strongly dislike Sophia. Sophia has 2 kids, Ainsley, 7 male, and Sierra, 4 female. Ainsley is one of the most spoiled brats you will ever meet, while Sierra is way more toned down. Now that the backstory is mainly over, here's why I'm posting this. Yesterday was my birthday, and while I didn't have a giant sweet 16, I did have a bigger than average party with my friends and family. When the party started, it was super fun, but Ainsley quickly started complaining. I blinked for a second and he was on the floor crying and throwing a tantrum because he noticed the gifts I was receiving throughout the day. Sophia tried calming him down, but he was too far gone. For some reason, Sophia decided I should let him open my gifts and most likely just have them, knowing her. Sophia said, "Could he just open your gifts?" I said, "What?" Sophia said, "It'll calm him down." I said, "He'll just beg for the gifts and cry when he realizes he can't keep them." Sophia said, "Do you really need all those gifts anyway?" At this point, I was pretty pissed because people bought those gifts for me, not for a bratty 7-year-old. I stood by my choice, and the night went on while you could hear Ainsley sobbing like his entire family had just been found dead. Sophia quickly told her whole family about what happened, and most of them are saying I'm the asshole, including my dad, but I don't think I am. Am I the asshole? Update. After this, I tried sitting down to talk to my dad, but he wanted to call Sophia, so I left. He told her what happened, and she blew up my phone until I answered later that night. She said I should come back to her and my dad's apartment so we could talk it out. But when I told her I had no way to get there and that I just didn't want to, she flipped out. She drove to my mom's house around midnight to yell at me and my mom before driving away, all with her kids and my dad in the car with her. My mom and I decided to get restraining orders against her, and I went to lunch with my dad to talk about what happened.
I made him choose between staying with Sophia or breaking up with her if he wanted to keep a relationship with me because I refused to be around Sophia at all. He chose Sophia, so I left. We have gotten the restraining order and are as low contact as possible with my dad. I only talk to him for emergencies, etc. Also, the friend who has been picking me up and I are officially dating now, and things are going pretty well in general after I cut Sophia's family and my dad out of the picture. Thanks for all the support.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
You know a good way to fix that?
Let the little fucker cry.
You put that little fucker in his room and let him cry himself to sleep.
Exactly. Yeah. If you keep on giving in to them, then they know that crying and throwing a temper tantrum is the way to get what they want.
Fuck. This 16-year-old needs to look at Sophia, start fucking crying, and be like, "Well, I want your purse. I want this.
Right.
I want that. Well, you can't have that. Well, why the fuck can't I have it? If you want him to have my shit, why can't I have your shit?"
Right. I think she made the right call here. I mean, being 16 and being this mature to know that you need to cut ties, fantastic. You're going to be great in life. You won't let people walk on you and treat you with disrespect. It's sad to see, especially in a divorce, but and the dad making the choice of that's a tough choice to make. You know, if you love the person, but at the same time, you got to understand what's what. You know, if there's a little bratty 7-year-old trying to take stuff from your family, fuck that. Get out of here. Shoo.
I don't see why the dad couldn't have a talk with this Sophia or whatever her fucking name is and be like, "Hey, this is my daughter. I want her in my life. You need to help keep this one under control so we can see her."
Because he wants to get his dick wet still. And if he is combative with Sophia, then he's not going to get his dick wet.
It sounds like he had no problem finding her while he was still with her mama.
Fair enough. That's true.
He get his dick wet either way, it sounds like.
Yep. So, is she the asshole? No. I think she handled it fucking perfect.
She handled it a lot better than most 16-year-olds would.
Yeah. Not throwing a fit, not throwing a temper tantrum, just saying, I don't need this shit in my life. Taking an option that
Deuces.
you had to go stay with your mom, and that being that. Sorry your 16th birthday party got ruined by this little shit stain.
Yeah. Cry it out in your room, motherfucker.
Right.
Now Dad can cry it out while not seeing his daughter.
What do you do with your kids when they're throwing a little temper tantrum like that, or did you do? They're a little bit older now; they shouldn't be throwing tantrums.
Oh, we still got the youngest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and go to your fucking room and cry it out.
See, I try to.
We do, dude. We'll tell her. We'll. You know what? You can go to your room when you decide you want to quit crying and actually act, right. You can come back out, but until then, you can go in your room and cry it out.
Yeah. See, I try to get them to see reason. If they're throwing a temper tantrum or crying, I ask them, is this helping your situation at all? Are things getting better by you throwing a tantrum and crying like that? Is anything about this situation changing? No. Well, then what good is it to cry? What good are you throwing a tantrum about this for? If it's not helping you, why do it?
If you want to cry, go in your room and cry.
Right.
I see where you're coming from, but yours are slightly older and they get that a little bit. They get more of that.
The logic
behind it.
Right.
But I mean, even my 13-year-old, she'll throw an attitude and I'll be like, who the hell are you talking to?
Right.
Why don't you go in your room and you sit there and think about it? But before you go, I need your phone. You're not going to sit there and play on your phone.
Right. Yeah, you got to have respect for people, and ultimately, I mean, kids are going to be kids, but 7 is plenty old enough to be like, okay, yeah, this is ridiculous. You're not getting your way just because you're throwing a temper tantrum. Throw it somewhere else. Like, go outside, go to your room, whatever. We don't want to hear it. That's crazy. If you're going to be civil and act like a civil human being, you can come back out and join the party. But until then, go hang out in your room. When you're ready to come out, I expect an apology. You should be apologizing for the way you behaved in front of God and everybody, and move it along. And I think a 7-year-old can understand, is this helping your situation? Are you getting what you want? And as long as the parents are firm, be like, no, they're not, then they'll figure it out. It doesn't help any.
Yeah. This one's not firm. This one's letting him do. Maybe let him have a gift. You don't need all this stuff, do you?
Not for your fucking birthday.
It was bought for me, bitch.
It's not even his fucking birthday.
Right.
Like, that's some spoiled, entitled bullshit.
I'm sorry, OP. I'm sorry you had to deal with that dumb shit.
For real, yeah. But honestly, though, at 16, the maturity that you are displaying is fantastic. Obviously, you were raised right, whether that be your dad's doing or your mom's doing, whatever it is. You handled the situation fantastically. Granted, you're the one telling the story, so there might be some little bit of inconsistencies there just because, you know, you're the one, everybody's writing their own story. But from what you've shared, good job.
Right.
Brazen Banter does agree, though. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Right. On to the next one.
Am I the asshole for setting a boundary around my daughter sharing bath time with another child? I'm female and have a 5-year-old daughter, Emma, with my ex. He is currently in a relationship, and his girlfriend has a daughter, Lily, who is around the same age. This has been an ongoing disagreement. I've already told my ex that I'm uncomfortable with the girls sharing bath time without certain boundaries in place. I tried to compromise by saying I'm completely fine with them playing in the bath together as long as they wear swimsuits. I'm not trying to stop them from having fun or bonding. I simply feel more comfortable with that rule. Today, I asked my ex to make sure Emma had a bath because she has picture day tomorrow. When I picked her up, she told me that Lily had helped wash her hair while they were sharing the bath. I asked whether they had followed the swimsuit rule, and she said they had not. This bothered me because it isn't the first time I've discussed this boundary with my ex. I clearly communicated what I was comfortable with, but it feels like my concerns are being dismissed. For context, I don't believe anything inappropriate is happening, and I don't think anyone involved has bad intentions. I simply believe that this is a reasonable age to begin teaching children about personal privacy, consent, and respecting other people's boundaries. When I brought it up again, my ex said I was overreacting because they're just kids. Now I'm second-guessing myself and wondering whether I'm being too strict. Am I the asshole for setting this boundary and expecting my ex to respect it?
This is a tough one. I mean, at that age, you know, she is correct. This is about the time they start learning, you know, they start learning personal space and stuff like that and consent.
Right.
However, they're 5. They're both the same age. They're both the same gender. You know, I think I'd feel more about it if one was a boy, one was a girl.
For sure, yeah.
But being that they're both girls, it's kind of like, At the same time, you know, it sounds like she's tried to have conversations with the ex about it, and he's just kind of blowing her off.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything bad going to come from showering or bathing with effectively a sister at the age of 5 where you're both, you know, not in swimsuits? No. I don't think it's going to harm the children in any way. Hell, I believe you have pictures with your cousin butt naked in the bath with your cousin Jeremy. I believe.
I don't think I did.
I believe so. I'll have to talk to Mom about that. But nevertheless,
maybe, I don't know.
I don't know how old you were, but I remember there being pictures passed around about that.
It was last week. Shut up.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, the thing is like, it was pretty common to take pictures of babies in baths not but 30, 40 years ago. Like those pictures existed just from it being cute, a cute thing, you know? So
little butt cheeks hanging out and stuff. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly.
But
So ultimately, are you scarred by bathing? I don't. Nobody remembers being 5 years old. That's really freaking young.
no.
But that being said, I do agree with this poster that if there's boundaries that you feel more comfortable with, then it should be at least a discussion and not just being blown off. Like, I can understand, and it does have some merit too. It's not like just some unreasonable request, like no snacks or no certain things. Like, ultimately, what a father does at the father's house and a mother does at the mother's house are that responsibility of that parent. But if there's something that's reasonably accommodable, and that's not, I don't know, man, you're right. This one is fucking tough.
I don't think it's necessarily wrong that the two 5-year-olds are taking a bath together and having playtime or whatever that is. At the same time, I don't think OP's request is too out of line either of, can they at least have a bathing suit on?
Right.
No, it's not like she's trying to stop them from having that time together. She's just asking for them to wear a bathing suit. I think, honestly, I think we're going to have to list this one as both parties suck. Everyone sucks here because they can't come to an agreement through a simple conversation.
Yeah, I mean, it could either be everybody sucks or no assholes here or nobody sucks. Either way, we're kind of on the same line at it's not a terrible thing, and also it's not an unreasonable request. So I don't think anybody sucks here. Everybody has their own perspective on the situation. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I would do if I was in this situation, and I could see it from both sides. As
I can too.
As the parent, like if I was on the side of the bathing side, like I could see, okay, that it's really not that big of a freaking deal. And on the other side too, I could see, yeah, it's a little off-putting to be bathing with, not technically a sibling. So, I mean, I could see the discomfort in that. And there is something to say about boundaries and things like that. Learning your different parts and, that nobody should be able to see that except for a parent or a doctor,
Right, but like I said, if it was a boy and a girl, I can see where the concern would be with it being two girls. I just, to me, it doesn't seem that bad.
I mean, what are you going to do in a gym
5.
locker room with your teammates showering after football? I mean, you're going to see them naked. It just is what it is. If you're the weirdo that goes into a football locker room shower with a bathing suit on, that's fucking weird. Like, I think there should be some more acceptance about the fact that people have bodies, and I don't think there should be so much shame around it. Is she the asshole, though? I can't honestly say that she is for having somewhat of a request. Oh, man, this one...
But I can't say he is either for,
right,
not necessarily following it because he has the right to. Do you have this story up still?
I do, and I just pulled it up, and I was going to see if I could find anything in the comment section to see what people are saying. This first one here is saying, if this is the way you teach your daughter about privacy, sorry, but I think you're failing very hard. Like you have zero explanation for the kids. They even have a good time together, and you're nagging the father instead of actually trying to, again, explain the boundary for the kid herself. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very fair statement.
That vote was asshole enthusiast. I don't know what that means, but That's what that is. Let's see.
Hold on, go down. I want to see the one right.
I know. I want to collapse these. It says, I have children, and I really don't think 5-year-olds care at all. You are projecting an adult boundary. If your daughter said she was uncomfortable, that would be different, but she's not, so what's the problem? People naturally age out of these things. Also, to the people saying it's gross, your bodily fluids are in the bath whether you have bathing suits on or not. Bathing suits aren't really sealed and are waterproofed. This is why we have these stories read for us, because I absolutely suck at reading.
But no, I mean, I agree with that statement as well. I mean, you are projecting an adult.
Yeah, that's completely true. Like, if you're uncomfortable bathing with somebody as an adult, that's fine. And the kids, honestly, they could say, it's weird, I don't like it. Or just explain to them, hey, if this makes you feel uncomfortable, we can stop doing this. You don't have to you don't have to take a bath with them. But if you'd like to, it's okay. I think that would be the best compromise, honestly. Slight, you're the asshole. If there was a bigger age gap, I might understand you being uncomfortable, but they're two little girls. What do you think is going to happen?
I think everyone, they're kind of calling her an asshole, but I still say neither of them are the asshole, but she could really rethink this.
Yeah. And just have a conversation with the ex instead of being a hard, I don't want this to take place anymore. Be like, okay, if either of the girls express not being comfortable with this, let's cut it off. And be conscious of them.
Agreed.
And let the girls know that this is a boundary too. And explain to them, if you're uncomfortable with anything, you have the right to say, I'm uncomfortable. I don't feel safe, or whatever it is. And let the girls decide that. You know, I mean, I know they're 5.
Yeah, but at 5 years old, all they give a fuck about is that they get to play in the bathtub together.
Exactly. They're not
paying attention to a private part. They're looking at the goddamn rubber duckies and bubbles. They don't care about that private part.
Yeah, I think it's a soft, you're the asshole. I'm gonna say more of a definitive answer versus nobody sucks here or everybody sucks here. I think I'm leaning more towards you're the asshole. I think I agree with that one commenter that said that you're projecting adult issues onto 5-year-old girls. These are babies. They don't know any different.
So you remember that stamp I made you? You had to make because of me.
The semi-asshole or half an asshole.
You get to use it.
Yay.
You get to use it, buddy.
I actually do have it already put up in the editing software. We'll go with that. We'll do a Brazen
Banter.
Banter,
Half an asshole.
Brazen Banter official determination of half an asshole.
I love it.
So, and that's a wrap, folks. I don't have any more stories for today. So this has been our banter. Stay brazen.
And don't do anything I would do.